And the trick to doing it the right way, to make sure it soaks it all up and gets it in there, is to make sure the pita itself is hot and the syrup is warm. That way, while it's still hot, it's going to soak it all up into all the nooks and crannies. You're going to cut it before you put on the syrup, and then put it aside and let it cool completely before you serve it. So, the first thing we're going to do make sure you cut it all the way down to the bottom and cut it in about 1.5 inch pieces.
It's possible we make food.
Yeah, I told Jorge, I said,
I've seen it.
It smells good.
We gotta get back to it.
Is the syrup hot? Almost good.
It's just chicken breast.
This is going to serve a huge party. Unless your folks are really, really hungry. So the cutting is all done. Now this syrup is warm. And remember to get it into all the corners. Start around the edges of the pie.
Alright guys, I'm backed up on about 4,000 trips right now.
I'll go to the back.
Do you want to try doing something?
I'm not sure, but look at the
And using a small ladle is the best way to go because it gives you more control over where the syrup goes. You think it smells good? What do you smell? What you want to do is
soup earlier if you'd like to try. It's an egg lemon chicken soup.
And you're pouring the syrup now where you've made the cuts to make sure it goes in. This is what you want to do first. And as you get through the pie, you want to try it?
It's a chicken soup made with egg and lemon. It's a traditional Greek soup.
Delicious. You can get everybody in the family involved doing this. Because as you can see, Jackie's chomping at the bit here to give it a go. Have you done this before, Jackie? You have? Doing what? What specifically have you done? You haven't done this cake. Yeah, you've done syrup doing on what kind of pie? We've never done this before. Did you do it Evani? Now I want you to try to do it this way. You see where it's cut? Okay, take the label.
Jackie's been cooking since she's 3 years old. Kneading bread, making cakes, cookies. This is a walnut cake, and we're pouring syrup over it now. This will have to cool completely before we can serve it, but we are going to serve this a little bit later as well. We're going to demonstrate to do a cheese pie next. Thank you very much. Grab our flyer, and if you'd like to sign up, we can send you updates on when the cookbook will be available next year.
Whose daughter is she?
She's my daughter. This is my sister, so her niece.
Yes. And the idea is to get everybody in the kitchen cooking, learning, carry on the tradition that your parents started.
There you go. Ours are dying as we speak.
There's some great stuff out there. You don't want to lose it.
Well, he knows all the recipes from his mother and grandmother.
Which is important.
Younger people.
Except my daughter wants to learn. She just has two little babies, so we have to kind of... She was 3 when she first started. I was making bread, and she jumped in there and started kneading it. Without being taught or anything, she was doing it just like our mom did. Wow. So it's in the genes. There you go. And we take full advantage of it. She wants to be there to do this. We're more than happy to have her. She's a big help. Sure. That's great.
Very hot.
You still first time? First one?
Can I finish it?
You want to finish up? See, everybody gets in the action. And once you're done getting it through all where the cut areas are, then you start to spread it over the entire pita to make sure it soaks in. But you want to get it distributed everywhere as much as you can, and then freestyle, like Joanna's.
Like I like to do. I'm the one that likes to work fast and quickly.
You're welcome.
Unfortunately, with Greek cooking, if you do it too fast, you might miss areas. There's a certain routine that you have to follow. Jackie's good with the details.
Like Kelly.
You sure she's yours?
This is a walnut cake that we're pouring syrup over it right now, and the syrup will soak in. We're going to let it cool completely. Once the syrup is soaked in, we'll be able to serve it.
What's in the syrup?
This syrup is simple as sugar and water, lemon, and toast. It's a simple, very simple syrup. Thank you.
It's the cake that has spices, so you don't want to overpower them. You want to complement them.
We're going to let that cool before we can serve it.
And the technique to doing this is to make sure that the cake is hot and the syrup is warm, so it soaks it all up. Otherwise, the syrup just sits on top and doesn't really penetrate the cake. So now that it's been sitting and cooled down, we're serving it.
I didn't go sideways yet.
Get center.
Would you like some of the lemon?
Sure.
I always park in one place. Park in
All right, please.
Where's the cookbook? It's coming out next year. Next year? Yep. You can grab a flyer if you like. And you can sign up here. We can let you know when the cookbook comes out. Yeah, we gave it up. Good, I would like to leave it. I said the same thing now. I don't know what to get my girl now. Thank you. This is when it gets to tiny, that little piece. Just one piece. Oops. Now, when is it going to be cooked? Next year. Next year? Mm-hmm.
Come on.